Welcome everyone to Vested Interest. This is Shane back again for another stock pick of the day. Today we are going to take a look at a company. I'll be honest with you, I just like the name Schlumberger. Right? It's not burgers that you get if you live in the slums. It is a company that services the oil and gas sector. Right? So that they are out of the energy sector. It is March 8th. Let's jump right into the video. So if you want to know more about them, check them out, www.slb.com. That is their homepage where I pulled this information from. Right, they got their start way back in 1870. Born in France in 1878, Conrad Schlumberger conceived the revolutionary idea of mapping. God, I'm having trouble reading today. Mapping subsurface rock bodies with electrical measurements. His technique would serve as a spark for a new disruptive name in energy. Conrad and his brother Marcel began working together in 1919 to change the face of the subsurface exploration. I believe Schlumberger itself was founded in the 20s, right? So they have been around for over 100 years now, weathered all the storms, downturns in the market, wars, the Great Depression, the Great Recession in 2008, the dot-com bubble, the 80s gas and oil wars. You name it, they've been around through it all and come out the other side. So another one I think will find their way through whatever downturn we are currently in. Today, every great legacy has an eye on tomorrow. As the world searches for new and better ways to access energy, SLB products and services are more essential than ever. New connected tech has improved efficiency and information sharing for more effective drilling in oil and gas, and that's a big one. They do provide like a cloud service for oil and gas companies to kind of document their drilling and help them with their drilling efficiency. While new offerings for the growing new energy sector keep SLB on the cutting edge, our history of innovation is a guiding light in energy, and our future together is even brighter. Some of the ones I wanted to highlight on that topic of new energy sector, right? They're doing some things in the carbon capture footprint. I think there's a big opportunity here in this particular footprint. It's a growing industry, kind of just getting started really, as companies try to get more carbon neutral. One of the things they will do rather than cut back on their emissions is, or that's one of the ways, try to cut back on emissions, but they will look at carbon capture as a way to offset those. I know the business that I'm in, and I just do management of some facilities for the company that I work for. We are actually looking at that ourselves. How can we go from, old diesel engines to natural gas, which is a little better cleaning or a little cleaner burning fuel source. So that's one way we're cutting back. Solar on our buildings is another way we're cutting back. Partnering with other companies where they're doing these carbon capture projects, right? And then you get a certain amount of credit back towards your carbon footprint. So this is one of the things that I think is a big up and coming idea, I would say, or sector, part of the energy sector, this carbon capture here. So I wanted to highlight that as well. SLB enterprise data performance, unlock business performance with unmatched collection, curation, and intelligent interpretation of your data. So again, they offer a technology service, right? You wouldn't think someone in the oil and gas sector would be in technology, but they are using it to help these companies, these other oil and gas companies, kind of be more efficient in their drilling operations. Reduce emissions and environmental impact with practical, quality, quantifiable, proven solutions, right? So again, reducing your carbon footprint. That's what this is about. And methane elimination. Remove methane and flaring emissions from your operations for good. So they do a lot of the providing services for, like I said, oil and gas. They are in the energy sector. They do, I believe, drill their own oil and gas as well, but they are pretty much a service provider for a lot of the other big oil and gas companies out there. Again, www.slb.com is their homepage. And Schlumberger, who doesn't like to say that name? It's a pretty cool name, I think. And we are talking about Schlumberger. I get to say it again. Schlumberger Limited, SLB is their ticker. They closed the day out at $53.54, down 0.93%, so not quite 1% down. Looks like they might be up a little bit in the after hours at 4:39 p.m. when I pulled this information. They do have a 52-week range, as low as $30.65, as high as $59.45. So at 53.54, they are closer to their 52-week high. So obviously we'd want to get them closer down to this 30.65 52-week low. That's where we like them. So hopefully some more pullbacks, even though energy really is screaming right now. And short of Russia pulling out of the Ukraine, I don't know that we're going to see cheaper energy prices or prices on the the companies within this sector here, but we'll see. It does happen over time, so just keep watching them. Put this one on your watch list maybe if you're looking for something in the energy sector. Average volume 9.2 million. Today was 7.4 million. Market cap of 76.434 billion. A beta of 1.79. So that speaks to a lot of volatility, almost twice as volatile as the overall market. So again, wait for a good buying opportunity. As volatile as it is, may pull back closer to this 52-week low, and that is where I would look to get them, because currently, in my opinion, this PE, price to earnings ratio, is a little high at 22.40. You can see that volatility clearly throughout the day, right? Big sell-off and then a little bit of a recovery towards the end of the day. Earnings per share is $2.39. Next earnings date is coming up April 20th through April 24th. For dividend is $1 paid out on the year per share. They do pay out quarterly. We'll see that quarterly payout here in a minute. They have a low dividend yield, but again, if you got them closer to this 30.65, you could get over 2% on this one. Currently, it's at 1.81%. I would like them in the 2.2 range, which would probably put them in the $30, $32, $33 range, right? I might be a buyer on this one at 35 or under. Ex-dividend date was February 7th, so if you bought them now, you would not be in line with their next dividend. And the one-year target, at least according to Yahoo Finance, where I pulled this information, not affiliated, they have a one-year target estimate of $64.16 per share. Now, I always recommend more than one source. So another one I like is stockanalysis.com. Make sure you're looking at more than one source, 2, 3 sources at a minimum, maybe 4 or 5, just to make sure that the information you are getting is accurate. They've had 35 stock analysts take a look at this. They call it a consensus buy. They have a low estimate of $44.44. So again, they see a potential pullback here. That would be a 17% decrease in the stock price. Average cost estimate of $65.40 per share, which would be a 22.14% increase in the stock price, pretty much in line with what we saw in Yahoo Finance on the page before. And if it happened to hit the high of $78.75, that would be a 47.09% increase in the stock price. All the while, you would be collecting that 1.8 or 1.9% dividend yield that they current if you bought them now. Obviously, if you got them cheaper, it would be higher. Now, this is really what is enticing about them. Again, quarterly payer. They do pay out currently 25 cents per share. Very fast dividend growth, 55% dividend growth, and a low payout ratio, 26.7% payout ratio, very low and very fast growing dividends. So you can see this. This is why I went back so far. February 8th, right, 2022, they were paying 12 cents, jumped it up in May of 2022 to 17 cents, and then jumped it up here on February 7th to 25 cents. So very fast dividend growth. This is a good one for someone looking for something maybe with a little lower dividend yield that's going to grow over time here. Or like I said, wait for it to pull back in that $30, $40 range, and you could get it over 2%, which anything over 2% and a 55% dividend growth that's astronomical, right? That's very fast dividend growth over time. So that is one of the attractive aspects of this company, in my opinion. I don't believe energy is going anywhere, especially some of the things they are doing with energy, right? They're really a provider of services to energy companies. And the carbon capture, I believe, is going to be a big business here in the future. A lot of companies looking at that, ways that they can get carbon capture. There are some credits the government is offering, so that's part of the reason. Even people with land are looking to utilize their land and offset some people's carbon capture, and they're paying credits or paying. It's almost like a rental on the property and just using it as carbon capture to offset their footprint, based on the amount of trees you have on your property. Pretty crazy stuff going on out there. But this is one, Schlumberger. Really like that name, Schlumberger. Maybe that's just a little kid of me. Well, as always, appreciate you stopping by. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to show me some love. Hit that thumbs up. Ring the notification bell. Most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button down below. Join me on this journey to financial freedom. Hopefully, you are on your own journey as well. If you are not, there is a link, Webull link down below. If you use that link to sign up for a brokerage account, deposit some money in that account. I'll get some free stocks. You can get some free stocks. That's a way to help out the channel. Another way to help out the channel, like I said, hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you're notified whenever we post any new content. And drop a comment down below. That's a big one. Let me know what you think of the video. Let me know what you think of Schlumberger. I got it in one last time. Is it in your portfolio? Is it a company you've even heard of or are watching? I do personally read and respond to the comments. I'm always interested to read your questions, opinions, suggestions for future topics. So if you have other companies that you'd like me to cover on the Stock Pick of the Day series, go ahead and drop them down below. Or constructive criticism, I will take it into consideration. And this is Shane signing off, wishing peace and prosperity to you and yours. And remember, financial security comes to those who take a vested interest. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a great week. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing in this presentation should be considered financial advice. I'm only sharing my opinion and an investing journey for educational and entertainment purposes. Investing involves risk. You can't lose money. Should never invest any amount you're not comfortable losing. Always do your own research. Invest based on your situation, circumstances, and selected criteria, or seek the advice and counsel of a certified financial advisor.